How's it going, my friend? I'm Jomo, and if you don't know, I am a sports bettor. I've been betting sports for over 15 years, and today I wanted to share my story of how I went from a consistent loser to a consistent winner with sports betting. So it began in college. That's when I got my first taste of sports betting. I was betting on college football, and I had a really good run where, I made some good money, and I thought, you know what? When I graduate college, I'm just going to become a professional sports bettor. And so I went down that path for a little bit, and I pretty soon ran out of money, and the strategies that were working stopped working, and I kind of had to collect myself and figure out a new path. But I continued sports betting over the years, off and on. I was able to, win sometimes, lose sometimes. It was on the constant roller coaster of emotions that you experience as a sports bettor. I was just tailing cappers and the experts that I found on the internet. And it was about 13 years, 12 to 13 years into it, that I had to take a serious look at myself in the mirror. And I had to admit the fact that I was a losing sports bettor. And all this time and energy I had put into finding picks, researching picks, placing the bets, sweating the bets, all this time, it absolutely, it wasn't worth it to me. It didn't seem like the juice was worth the squeeze anymore. And so the only way that I could, reasonably consider moving forward with sports betting at that time was if I could figure out a way to make consistent profits instead of having to ride this roller coaster all the time, because it was leaving me burned out. It was leaving me feeling like, I didn't actually know what I was doing. But if I could somehow find a strategy that worked consistently, then I was back in business. I was back in the game. So I searched the internet far and wide, and then I came across this weird concept called sports arbitrage. And at first I was a little skeptical, especially because I had, the track record I had of, finding all these experts who claimed to know what they were doing. And, I was listening to some people that on, forums and threads online, they seemed to know what they were doing when it came to sports arbitrage, but I really wasn't sure. And so I decided to just give it a shot, see if it would work. One of the arbitrage tools was offering a 7-day free trial. So I just did that for a week just to see how I would do. And I used some of the strategies I had learned about from, what I had seen on the internet. And I was able to make like hundreds of dollars in my first week, like enough to pay for the, the first month of that subscription. And so, I continued on, and for the first month I ended up making a few $1,000s. And at that point I was pretty much hooked. I thought if I could just keep doing this or find a few more ARB strategies to continue the consistent profits, that I would absolutely love to do that. And so for the next 3.5 years, I literally went through this process of using strategies, figuring out what worked, making consistent profits every single day that I used these strategies. And it was just an absolute life changer for me. I went from a struggling sports bettor to a consistent winner, and I was able to make over 6 figures over the course of basically a little over 3 years sports betting. And so, or doing the sports arbitrage stuff. And so it was about 2 years ago that I reached out to a few people on Discord, offered to help them, offered to share my strategies and teach them what I learned. And the people that I shared that with were able to get results. And so I realized that, this isn't something that is just working for me. It's something that can work for others as well. And so luckily I was able to teach it in a way that they were able to grasp it, understand it, and get results with. And so that's when, around that time when I started seeing the results of my students, I decided to start a Skool group. And that was almost 2 years ago that I started that group. I actually just opened it up so that it's free to join. Previously it was paid to join, but now it's free to join. You won't get access to all the trainings as a free member, but you will get access to the first section of trainings that I have in there. If you want to join that group, all you got to do is click the link below. If you don't have a Skool group, it takes a few seconds to create an account. So yeah, that's all you got to do is just click that link below, create an account, request to join. If I think you're a good fit, I'll let you into the group. So that is definitely something I suggest for if you're looking to learn more arbitrage strategies, or if you're looking to just learn about arbitrage in general. You know, this is the place for you. Absolutely. I created this group because it's the group that I wish I came across when I got started. You know, it literally is all the knowledge, all of the strategies that I've learned over the last 3.5 years. And so if that's something that you're interested in, all you got to do is join the group below. And one other thing I wanted to mention, last year, the last 3 months of the year, we ran 3 30-day ARB challenges. And over the course of those 90 days, me and 7 students collectively made over 68 grand using these strategies. So these strategies absolutely work. That was an incredible experience. Just, you know, everybody making consistent profits with arbing. You know, it really helped keep people accountable, so they were, you know, arbing as much as possible, you know, on a regular daily basis. So that's definitely something I'm going to be adding into the group more in the days to come. I am going to be offering a 90-day ARB challenge starting on July 21st as well. You can check out the details of that inside of the group. But I won't bore you with the details on that. And yeah, I just wanted to share my story, let you know, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been able to help my students with. You can check out some of the testimonials on the page below. And yeah, I really look forward to helping those of you guys who are interested in learning and who want to be guided in the right direction when it comes to arbitrage. I know that my strategies work. They still do work to this day. I know some strategies come and go. I have actually consistently updated the group anytime something stops working. So you can be sure that anything that you'll find inside of the group is updated and is currently working. So that's one other thing that I always make sure is, kept in check inside of the group. But anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that it inspired you to go after your sports betting dreams, and know that sports arbitrage is absolutely a path that can help you grow in this direction. Yeah, I'm really excited to potentially help you if you decide to join the group. Once again, all you got to do is click the link below, join the group, and look forward to helping you inside there. All right, my friend, have an awesome one. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.